How are you?
Fine, everything is good.
Is everything okay? Are they feeding you? Are they beating you?
No.
Why? Hello, administration. Good afternoon. That was a joke. You understand jokes, right? Well done. Unbutton the top button and take off the hat. My name is Vladimir. I'm a journalist. We're talking to you. Right?
Yes.
In a calm manner. You say what you think is necessary. You ask what you think is necessary. Everything is fine. What do you have? Don't you have a t-shirt?
No.
Why? Stolen?
Only after the best.
Only after the best?
Yes.
Then let's do it like this. That's it? On the contrary, yes, close it. Damn, or it will be slide. I don't know.
Fasten it.
Let it be so, it's normal. Just speak clearly, distinctly, normally.
Fine.
Were you warned that this was being published, that this
Yes.
was being filmed?
Yes.
Do you agree with this?
Agree.
For what?
For the call.
Just for the call? Well, at least honestly. Why did you sign the contract?
I ended up in prison with my father.
Together with your father?
Yes.
Interesting. What did you do with your father?
Yes. Drug production.
Bio lab?
Yes.
Did you and your father open a bio lab?
Yes.
So, tell me more. Right there in your city?
Yes.
You're watching Breaking Bad, right? You have?
Partly yes.
Really, you
I
have?
watched it.
Really? And you thought, why not? Your dad's some kind of chemist? I guess.
No, I'm kind of self-taught. We were involved in drugs together. I was involved from an early age, from 15. And then over the time I found out that my father was involved too. And I suggested that we work together to make sure everything was safe, because I was selling it privately.
Just like in the movies, in short.
Something like that.
You've been doing drugs since you're 15 and you find out your father is also doing drugs. What kind of drugs have you been doing since you were 15?
Marijuana. Well, hashish.
Trade it? Grow?
Traded.
Where did you get it?
From other people.
A reseller. Got it. And you smoked it yourself. What about other drugs?
No.
No? Just weed? And what about dad?
No, my dad was sober. He just loved to drink.
No, so what was he doing? What drugs?
Chemical.
Chemical.
Yes.
What did you do with chemistry?
He sold salt.
Salt. Did you make
No.
it yourself?
There was also a reseller.
Also a reseller. How did you know your dad sells salt?
From the street.
From the street?
Our town is small, 7,000-8,000 people. Everyone communicates with each other.
7,000-8,000 population?
Yes.
It's nothing at all. Everyone there simply knows each other.
Yes.
And you sell weed, they tell you, did you know that your dad sells salts?
Well, I found out after some time.
How was it?
Well, one guy just came up to me and told me about it. Then I thought about it and decided to start a conversation with my dad about myself.
Yeah.
How, where do you get it from? He started to worry about being bought out. I suggested we work together and go into hiding together. Then we started hiding places together and eventually we opened the lab.
So, who was under whose authority? Let's work together, like, who's in charge?
As if that were not the case.
Or are you not bandits, but just businessmen?
Just, yes.
Businessmen. Nobody was paid for this?
No.
Did you just trade yourself and not
On
pay anyone
ourselves.
anything? And haven't you tried to coordinate with the so-called law
No.
enforcement agencies?
No, we
Nope.
don't have that.
That is, you say to your dad, Dad, I know that you trade.
Yes.
Let's trade together.
Yes. Something like that.
Did you continue to rely on resellers, or did you start making your own?
At first we were buying things over, but then I started searching on forums, getting interested in the laboratory specifically because it was more economical and I got more money out of it.
Of course, this is production.
Yes, and we had already accumulated enough funds to be able to open.
You made a decent amount of money. How much?
In our money, it came out to 800, 900,000 per month.
How much is this in dollars?
How many dollars is that? 9,000, 10,000 dollars.
In what time?
In a month. About a month.
Did you earn 10,000 in a month?
It was normal.
It was normal. Were you using?
Huh?
Used? Well,
Well-
like alcohol, nightclubs, and all that.
Well, a bit didn't deny myself anything, but I didn't really
Nothing.
show off. Specifically, I just had a company.
And then you figured out what ingredients you need to make it yourself?
Yes.
Yes. Have you started doing it?
We started making it at the country house in the attic. Dad cooks shashlik in the yard, and I cook everything in the attic.
Salt.
Well,
What effect does this have?
I don't even know.
I'll say right away for YouTube, we deeply condemn this, and I say this so that others don't do this, don't use it, and understand that this thing melts the brain in any case. I don't know how exactly it melts the brain, that's why I'm asking, how does this thing melt the brain?
Probably a lot.
Probably a lot, I get it. What are people doing under that?
They relax, they walk.
And you yourself haven't used it?
No.
Got it. You've launched some kind of marketing ploy here instead of explain how it melts your brain. They relax.
Well, I have no idea, honestly.
Well, yeah. Tell me, how many people live in your city? Some 8,000 people. How many people are in that stuff?
Well, enough. A bit too much, I would even say.
Well, how many? 100 people?
Well, I can know the exact quantity.
1,000 people. What do you think?
Well, there are probably 1,000.
Not bad.
Across all of Karelia, I think it's probably 40-50%.
Well, I wanted to say that it's more than 10% and you're saying 40-50.
Well, there is a large number there. It is increasing every day.
Why do people use drugs? There.
You have that too.
We have them too, and in fact all over the world they exist, but not in such quantities.
Well, I don't know. It would be profitable if it were
Is
everywhere.
it depressing at all? Is your life depressing, or is it a great life there?
Well, I have a normal life.
Well, you understand perfectly. What is your education?
Secondary specialist.
Have you finished
College.
school? College? And after that you actually did what you did, right?
Well, all along the way I studied and did this, then I graduated and
Yeah.
continued doing this.
Got it. Do you have a mom?
Yes.
Sister, brother,
2 younger sisters.
2 younger sisters. Girlfriend, wife,
No.
nobody.
Single.
Got it. And then you... How were you caught? How were you discovered?
I joined the army. It turns out I served for a year.
You.
Yes.
What year was this?
From 2023 to 2024. In July I left.
Have you left and served your term?
Yes.
Did anyone pressure you into signing the contract?
They tried to persuade me, but I wasn't interested at the time. Why would I need it when I could go home and everything was fine anyway? Contracts are mostly for the money.
For the money. Just speak a little louder so you can be heard better. And, basically, right now, we're witnessing a fact being stated. A Russian wouldn't sign a contract for money, specifically if he was dealing drugs. Right?
This is obvious.
That's one option. He could be some cool IT guy, right?
Well, that's cool too.
Earn good money. How else can you earn money, good money in Russia now?
Cryptocurrency.
Let's see. More.
Well, open some kind of business, some kind of restaurant. I don't
Well,
know.
to open your own business at 19 or 20, you need to have some startup capital. A lot of it, right?
Well, yes, but other than that, I don't even know.
Cryptocurrency is a very dubious story. IT is good. It's professionals who have learned something and know how to put their knowledge into practice. Selling marijuana is also generally understandable, right? It's understandable. It's practical stuff.
Well, at that age, you have to go to school.
You have to go and study.
You can start your own business at that age.
That's right. How can you not open it?
Well,
Well, that's what I'm saying. We witnessed a situation where a person refused to sign a contract because everything was going well for him anyway. So it's done happen often. You refuse it while on fixed term contract, return from it, and then what?
about 6 months passed. Back then, when I was still serving my mandatory military service, my father and I had a kilogram of hashish buried. Then, when the snow melted, it flooded and it went bad. He says, come on, like he's gone bad.
Dehydration.
Yes. Let me sell it through my friends, but I say no, let's not do that, because it's dangerous. I say I'm just leaving for the army for a year.
Why sell the damaged stuff through friends? Why sell it?
Well, so it doesn't go to waste. If you start selling it through the website, the statistics will be ruined.
I don't
so to
understand a
speak.
damn thing. It's broken, it's no longer fit for use, right?
But he still wanted to sell it.
But he still wanted to sell it through friends.
Yes.
Like it's cheaper somehow, wholesale, or
Also,
what?
just sell it so as not to lose the amount we paid.
So he wanted to deceive these acquaintances.
Well, not to deceive, but just a little. Well, partly. Just reduce it a little.
I don't understand. Explain. I'm your friend. I want to buy this junk from you, right? What are you telling me? Is there any good junk?
Well, let's say that yes, it's a little deceiving.
To deceive a little. Well, now it's clear. To deceive a little in your language, as we ordinary people understand it, is precisely to deceive. Right? I see. And, did they try to do it?
Yes, he sold it and they bought it. I came back from the army, and 6 months later they probably started to developing it for us, and they later took it because he had just started.
Wait. He sold it, got paid for it, and then there were complaints about the product being of poor quality.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know that. You were in the army then.
Yes, he started doing it. I told him that he shouldn't do it because it would turn out to be crap. They'll buy you, and if there's something behind us, then I've been in the army for a whole year, and all this will be forgotten. Maybe if there's watching us, we could get into trouble. Well, I was hoping that we would just lie low while...
So?
Well, my father didn't listen and started selling it anyway. It was bought at... Woman bought it. I returned from the army, and 6 months later we were arrested together. Well, the cops were on him, and I got into it with him.
And what kind of woman was she?
Well, I told him, now find out who caused us to lose everything. Now I don't know what kind of woman it was.
Well, basically they started making test purchases from him. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
A test purchase from documentation purposes. They documented his trading. And it all
Yes,
started
yes.
with the fact that he sold this low-quality product to someone and they filed a complaint.
Yes. Because of nonsense.
Well, that's it. Everything is more or less clear. Do you go to prison? Or don't you?
Yes, we ended up in pretrial
At the
detention.
pretrial detention center. Are you being separated into different cells?
Neighbor behind the wall.
Neighbor next door. How did your cellmates treat you? Well, the statute is questionable.
Fine.
Is it normal? No one complained about anything.
There were 3 more of the same thing
Well, I
there.
get it. Is this right on the spot?
No, not the place. We were taken 400 kilometers to Petrozavodsk, the capital of Karelia.
Yeah. So they took you to this Petrozavodsk place and locked you up. Then, at what point did they offer you a contract?
They didn't offer it exactly. My father started passing it on through others, saying that we needed to sign, because at that time Trump had just ascended to the throne and promised to resolve the conflict in 100 days. So they wanted to sign in.
What a fool this Trump is. You just can't imagine it. It's always Trump. Russians, Trump. You already have Trump as a president, am
Well,
I right?
at that time we thought it was just on TV. They were just showing this nonsense in the cell.
They showed you on TV that this is it, 100 days, and it
well,
all
we
ends,
said
right?
we'd sign it. It would all be over now, and there wouldn't be a criminal record.
It's just sweetness, not life.
Yes.
Well.
Well, we signed it together, and in 2.5 months, everything
So?
was done. And we were taken to the military office. We haven't served
No
our
one
term.
treated it to you, no one forced you, you decided it yourself, you watched TV. How do you... Oh, you don't even know how the offer came about because your father gave it to you.
Well, here's a proposal.
Well, an offer to sign a contract.
Well, it's kind of simple, yeah. They go through the cells and ask if you want a contract or not. At first I kept refusing, no. I wondered if it wasn't even necessary. Then I saw that since my father was coming, I
Since
should go
that's
with my
coming.
father.
What was bothering you? Did you even know where you were going?
Well, I imagine I did, of course.
Well, what you saw is what you imagined.
This is much worse than what I saw.
So that is to say you still didn't imagine it enough.
Uh-huh.
I see. You signed the contract. What month was that?
March 15th, 2025.
2025. So, where are they taking you next?
To the military office of the city of
So?
Petrozavodsk. We've been there for half a day. They're gathering us.
But you are no longer handcuffed, unsupervised.
Yes, without anything.
You're already on your own. Have they already signed for you? What have they signed for you? A pardon?
Suspension of the case.
Suspension of the case.
Yes, the paperwork says you either have to serve a year, complete a special military operation, or receive a medal. Then the conviction is expunged.
A medal. So, they brought you into the military office.
Everyone was gathered there. All the paperwork was completed. This passenger bus came to pick up us, and we went to Lugansk.
Yeah. Right.
We got to the training ground there. They transferred us to a bus, and we went to training to the training ground.
So,
We were there for 2.5 weeks. They taught us medicine, tactics, everything, and then we set out.
where are you going?
Over the border.
Where exactly?
I think it was near Belgorod at that time. There was something there in Belgorod. Basically, they gathered all the people there, including
And
us.
what did you see there? What was there?
Mountains of corpses.
Mountains of corpses.
Mountains of corpses. We were walking through the forest. Well, in short, it was
Well,
brutal.
Belgorod, this is your territory. This is
Yes,
Russia, right?
Yes.
So? Well, it's April 25th?
Yes, April 25th.
Well, I understand that it was already April by that time, right?
Yes, it was April 10th.
Yeah. So what? So what mountains of corpses? What happened there?
Drones were flying. Mortars and artillery were firing. Helicopters were
So?
flying. Lots of helicopters. Well, I guess it was my first time walking and I didn't really realize it. I was in a good mood. No jitters or anything. Well, until we got to the place where fight started.
Where did it start?
Well, we walked about 10 kilometers and then a drone started flying above us in the forest belt. And I was injured.
How?
A piece of shrapnel hit my right leg from a
So?
Mavic drop. And then the mortar started working on us along the forest belt. We were allowed to roll back. We rolled back 300 meters together with my father and the group we were with.
Have there been any dead already?
Yes, several people from our platoon and the commander who lead us died.
Yeah. Next.
It turns out that an evacuation group arrived, which was called by radio to take us back those 10 kilometers. That's it, we sat at the point for about 20-30 minutes, I guess. The evacuation team picked us up, Dad and the others head back to the mission, and we were already heading out. We had only taken about 50 steps, literally 50 meters, when I heard such a powerful explosion behind me. I turned around and either a mortar or artillery flew right at the place we were all sitting in a crowd. Literally 3 more minutes and there would have been nothing left of us. Overall, I was lucky.
Well, you've managed to move on. Go on telling the story. This
Well-
whole story, it's interesting. What happened?
We just walked for 10 kilometers and by evening we reached the basement. We sat there for about 3 days waiting for a car to arrive, but the car couldn't get there. things weren't working out and there were other problems. Then an armored tiger arrived for us. We got in and that was it.
How many of you are left?
In summary,
Yes.
I can't say for sure.
No, how many people are in the Tiger?
More than 10. The car was completely
More
packed.
than 10. And how many people came
We
out?
had a large group leaving too, but not all of them were wounded. Well,
And
only
how
the
many
one
people
got
are
into the
wounded?
car. I don't know, but a large number. In front of me alone, there were about 3 or 4 people, I think.
So, you were taken outside the combat zone. So, what happened next?
I ended up in Belgorod in the hospital. Then I was supposed to be discharged, and in a week I was supposed to return to my unit and to continue serving. It turns out that they came to my ward and told me I was going to St. Petersburg. But they only sent people there with fractures, generally speaking, and I didn't have any documents with me. And the next day they gave me completely different documents of the wrong person. I went up to the checkpoint and told them this weren't my documents, and there were names on them. It was almost the same as mine, only slightly different. Because of this, I ended up in the St. Petersburg in a different hospital.
So
and
what
there,
did they tell you? You came and said this was someone else's
they
documents?
told me that when you get there, you'll figure things out. Once you get there, you'll figure things
Cool.
out. I get there and they ask me, why did you even come here? I say they sent me, that's why I came.
What kind of idiots are they? A real nightmare. So idiots.
Well, actually, no, it worked to my advantage.
No, it played into your hands. I even understand that you're like, okay, fine, I'll go and do some profiling for a while. I understand that. Those who sent you, you come and tell them it wasn't me. It's okay. Go ahead, they'll sort it out.
Well, most likely because of the high turnover.
Okay, so in St. Petersburg, they say, why did you come here?
They sent me, I said. In the end, they simply sorted it out, signed me in, and just put me away. That's it, I stayed there for a month, so my mother and my sister came. I had a good time, basically, for a month, and then I went on my way.
How did they bring you back?
I left the hospital, was discharged, and took the train back to my unit. Representatives from my regiment arrived, looked at me, and told me I was in the CR.
What is CR?
In combat readiness, so that I
You
can
don't
be
look
sent
much
further.
like Chris Rea, to put it mildly. Do you know who Chris Rea is? She writes I'm at work.
Huh?
Okay. The son in captivity. He didn't die. Does your mom love you?
My mother is very busy, you see. She doesn't have the opportunity to write anything properly.
And what do they do in security like this?
Well, you can get distracted there.
What is she guarding?
Enterprise.
You know, from what I know about the work of security guards, it's hard to imagine the work of workers who have more free time to sit on the phone than security guards. She hasn't heard from you since August. That's 3 months. She didn't
Yes,
hear
I
you.
really want to ask her a question about the conversation. Did she even remember me or not?
I have the same question.
Well, she probably busy, definitely she remember it 100%.
Can even hear him through the mic, right? Is that normal? It's just
You can speak a little louder.
Yeah, I keep asking him to speak up a little, but he keeps going down. Like, you start out okay, then you go down. I don't even know. I need to get back to your story somehow. Will you continue? Let's go.
Well, it turns out that I was discharged from the hospital.
Yeah.
I arrived at my unit. Representatives from my regiment arrived, called me in, and decided that I was ready to continue fighting. They gathered me up, and took me to Shebekina, near Belgorod, where we have a temporary deployment point. My father was already there too, having just left the hospital. I asked to be transferred to his battalion. Met him in the 2nd, and we were in the 2nd battalion together. As soon as they transported me, the same night they took us to Volchansk. We got there, they left me as a runner, and sent him to the basement. So he was gone, and I had no contact with him anymore. And for 2 months I carried bags of groceries and gasoline to the point that was at the beginning of the city, where we entered it. I ran and ran, then I got wounded.
How?
From waiter, FPV. Well, in the field where you had to run across.
From waiter?
Well, FPV. You're running across the field.
What does waiter mean?
You running across the field, there's
So?
a drone, you're running, another drone is watching somewhere in the distance so you can hear it. The person starts running and the drone takes off.
In slang it's called waiters, someone who waits like to kill you.
Well, yes, waiter,
Yes,
drone.
I understand. Drone waiter. Good.
Well, it worked.
New speak. New speak.
New language.
Yes.
I was wounded. They took me to the forest there according to a military transport point. They kept me there for 1 day and then sent me back to the front. I spent a week there, about a week before I came to my senses, and they said you'd be running again. So I ran a few more times and found out my father had been missing for a decent amount of time. And then, following him, I was also sent to the fort, where I was subsequently, a couple of days later, captured.
And before that, your father was sent to the same fort.
Well, I can't say whether it's for that particular fortification or not. They don't give anyone that kind of information about where people are sitting or where things are located.
Let's get ahead of ourselves. Do you know what's happened with your father?
Well, I know he's missing now.
Missing.
Well, most likely because by the time I was captured, he had already been missing for months. Now I don't know what happened to him. Because there is no connection, no way to call, nothing for so long.
I think that you won't see him again.
Let's see, time will tell.
I think so. Yes, and
I just need to get home myself. I just need to get home myself.
well, really, what's there to think about your dad? I just need to get home myself, or your mom say I don't know how to use VPN, and she says something else in her voice.
Okay.
Shall we listen?
Son, I'm at work now. If I can, I will contact you. I probably get help now. If you explain, please, let's at least talk like this. Can I explain to her that I'm doing this as if for an interview and that the call is interconnected?
About the interview, I might scare her, I think. They're already afraid of everything. They were just supposed to help her. At 2 p.m. they were supposed to help her. At 2 p.m. she was already saying let's at least
Well,
talk
she
like
probably
this.
just wants that, well, she...
Okay, tell her whatever you want, I don't care.
I'm sitting in an interview right now, and during this interview they give me a chance for a call. From here there's simply no other way to call or talk. I don't have any own phone, and now I've been given the opportunity to talk to you.
You don't have your own phone while you're in captivity.
Well,
They didn't give you one?
well, no. No. That's why it's like this. It's bad luck that you are at work. This is exactly what happened.
In general, of course, the situation is stupid.
About
Well,
what?
you're telling us that we're Nazis here and that we need to be killed. Well, you're literally telling us that we're Nazis here and that we need to be killed, basically. Which is exactly what you came here to do. Well, you understand that you came here with a weapon to kill my compatriots. Do you understand?
Understand.
You see. Who are you? Well, who are you when you invade someone else's territory with weapons?
Enemy.
Enemy is one option. But what about the other, occupier? Who is an occupier?
One who occupies someone else's
Have you
territory.
occupied someone else's territory?
Well, it didn't work out for me.
And the question isn't about achieving this or that result, but about the process. Have you ever been on our territory with weapons? Have you tried to occupy it? So whether you died or were captured doesn't change anything. You were essentially an occupier.
Well, essentially,
Do you understand? That is, and now I'm here with you, the occupier who came to kill my fellow citizens, trying to explain to your mother that she has one chance to contact you now. To talk to see what you look like, among other things. Right? And for me to explain to her that you need to be pulled out of captivity. Because if she doesn't pull you out of captivity, no one will. Because your father is not in captivity. And if he's not in captivity and not there, then where he is?
probably died.
It's highly likely. It's a microscopic chance he is hiding somewhere in a basement, I don't know, in a hole somewhere. I just can't quite imagine what he is there.
Anything can happen.
Yes, anything can happen. We're living a microscopic percentage that anything can happen. But 99 and 9 out of 100, he's no longer alive.
I hope.
Yes. And here you are. Someone she can talk to. So we're trying to convince them that I can talk to you. After you send the message, I spent 2 minutes telling you something. She still doesn't know how to react to this. And she doesn't know how to react to this because what?
Busy.
No. Because she's afraid.
What is she afraid of?
Well, okay, if she's not afraid, then there are no problems, which means she'll call now. Go ahead, tell your story again.
Well, that's it. They sent me to the front, and a couple of days later I was captured.
1.
2.
What was the task?
Come to the basement and sit in the basement.
What direction is this? Where were you? What city, village?
Volchansk.
Volchansk. Yes, I understand. You were supposed to come to the basement and secure a position there, right? What happened?
Initially, nothing was said about who we were going to in general or what the task was in general. We arrived at one point, sat there for a few hours, and that was it. Then my partner and I were sent on our way. When we were already entering after moving around the city, we entered another building. Grenade launchers started firing. I already ran in and got into the swing of this, but my partner was still running for another 5 minutes to reach that building. Anyway, his fingers were blown off, and they shot his hand out of the building where I was later captured. And they changed my partner. They left him on a rollback. Well,
And he rolled back.
well, most likely because I left there.
So you stayed there. He stayed there. You left with someone else?
Yes, with another.
Where you went?
They changed it for me. I went to the basement near the house where I was captured, but I didn't know your people were there or that anyone was there at all. I thought we'd go to the basement, hoping we'd just sit there quietly and wait to be released. So we got there and started talking on the radio that the enemies would be coming and that you would be keeping an eye on us on the radio. I immediately wondered why they hadn't warned me about this right away. I heard the bolt from the basement. I didn't have a rifle in my hand then. They gave my partner a radio initially. And he was without strength, constantly stumbling, falling, sitting there for
Why?
2 months without much food, basically without water, without strength, in short.
Was he taken out of the hole somewhere there?
Yes, I was just sitting in the basement. They simply said on the radio that this one is being replaced by this one, in short, and that's it. Just keep moving. I picked him up and said, give me the radio, you'll carry the weapons. Now we'll get to the basement and then we'll figure out what to do next. We went there. I walked into the building without my gun. heard the bolt clicked right around the corner, and just started sitting quietly. My partner was shot right away. They started shooting at us from that building.
What did they shoot your partner with?
A rifle, I guess. I don't know.
There was a gunfight going on, right?
Yes.
Did he crawl out somewhere? Did he stick his head out and get shot?
No, we were just standing in the passageway, and there in the basement there were two of your guys sitting. We were not warned about this.
Yeah.
And
They shot him, but why weren't you shot?
And I was around the corner. Yours didn't come out of the basement. They didn't know how many people there were, most likely, or something like that. And then, simply from that building, from another one, when I was captured, they simply started shooting in another one where I was. To hold me off, to get the FPV to arrive so I couldn't run away. I thought about rolling back, running away, but I simply wouldn't have made it. Then they started shouting, "Come out now or the drones will destroy you." I shouted that if I go out you won't shoot me, and yours shouted, "You will be fine, just surrender." I heard something he said and went out with my hands raised.
Well done. Well, you survived. Do you think you were lucky?
Very much.
You were there when people died and were wounded. Why do you think these people died?
Well, I don't know.
Well, imagine. Just imagine. Can't you imagine? Well, they go to war, as you said, for money.
Well, some for money, some for freedom. Well, that's basically it.
Well, yes.
There is another approach.
What other one?
For the country, everyone had their own morals, to put it bluntly.
Do you think those who are going for the country, are they even sane?
Well, patriots probably, I don't know.
Get it. Patriots who go to a foreign country for their own. Why? Maybe they explain it to you somehow.
Well, no, I'd be interested to hear their point of view, of course.
But you don't know this point of view and don't understand it, and you can't explain it.
Well, as much as I love my country, I can't explain it.
Okay.
Because I went for freedom specifically.
Love your country in your own country. Love those who don't give it to you. It loves you there too. You could feel it in prison. Well, can you tell me in a few words how you feel about your decision to go to war?
Well, right now, at this moment, I would rather sit in prison.
It would be better if you sit in prison. And your father probably would be better off in prison, right?
Well, of course.
How could somebody explain to you that it's better to sit in prison? So that you understand it.
Well, if in prison they would explain right away where exactly you're going, that you're going to be in the stormtroopers and not somewhere else.
Well, practically all of you are stormtroopers. You end up a stormtrooper anyway.
Well, no, not really. They promised the world, to be honest.
I understand.
Because you can get to the rear there, you have some chance of getting to a normal place.
Yes.
And when you sign a contract, they stamp you with a V stamp saying you were only forward and that's it. And removing that V stamp is very, very difficult.
Got it. Would you recommend fighting to others?
Well, from prison. No, from prison, but otherwise.
What about prison?
And everyone chooses for themselves.
Got it. That's it. She's not reading, she's distracted. If there's any news from her, I'll call you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Wish you the best.
Yes.